My name is Malik Brown, and I serve as president and CEO of Graduate Philadelphia. I don't have any prepared remarks. I told Josh and I told Nikki that I'm just going to speak from the heart. So first, let me just thank everyone who is here today, who came out this morning. My heart and my spirit is overwhelmed with just positive energy and emotion this morning. This was a labor of love that took almost 2 years, Josh, and it's in the making. So this is not just something that happens overnight, but it's something that happens day after day, month after month, until you get to the point of a ribbon cutting ceremony. Just a little bit about Graduate Philadelphia. We are an organization that works with low to moderate income families and households. We particularly focus on those adults that are native to Philadelphia, who may have gone to get some type of post-secondary credential at some point in their life, and then life happened, and they had to stop out. And so in today's sort of economic landscape, we understand that college is not for everyone, that some folks may want to get a trade or an apprenticeship, or for some family, it might be a micro credential or a workforce certificate. And so the unique market position that Graduate Philadelphia occupies is really sitting at this intersection of post-secondary education, workforce training, and putting people on a pathway to a family-sustaining wage through a career. And when we had a chance to talk to Josh, I met him a few years ago, we talked about this vision of being able to think about his unique strengths at his organization. What are the unique strengths of Graduate Philadelphia? And I was so blessed to actually have met Atif Bostic maybe almost 10, 12 years ago. And it's so funny that life happens in a way that it just brought us all back together, that we can be here today in this collective impact model. I want to kind of focus on 3 quick themes, 2 that happen to do with community and 1 that has to do with vision. The first is obviously we're serving the community in Huntington Park and Tioga, right? And we recognize, just like my mom and my grandmother, that people just want the best for their kids, right? They want to serve, their community. They want to live in a safe community. They want economic inclusion and safety. They want to be able to put some money away for their kids' college tuition. They want to be able to give more to their church and their community. And so we recognize that we are not doing anything for, but we are serving with the people of Huntington Park and Tioga. But the second community that I want to reference is the community that's in this room. A mentor of mine said that if we're not whole as leaders, then how can we serve the people? And I just want to shout out Atif and Josh and Senna and Rochelle and Nikki and everyone here that's been a part of my internal community, because life happens for us as well. People in our families get sick and deceased. We have kids that we're worried about. We have family members that we're worried about. And when life happened over the last couple of years, it was Atif and Josh that lifted me up through some dark times. And so I'm happy to be here with my internal family and community, because it's really hard to find your tribe. The social sector and the nonprofit sector is a tough sector. But when you find your tribe and you find people that you actually want to do work with and collaborate with, it really is a special, special morning. And third, I just want to say lastly about, the idea of vision. This thing happened almost 2 years ago when we went to our board of directors and we said as a young organization, let's not recreate the wheel, right? We know that there are models out there that we can replicate, right? And so we started to kind of look at like this sort of Starbucks inside of a Target model, right? Where we knew that anytime you walk into a Walmart, you see a CVS pharmacy. Anytime you walk into a Target, you see a Starbucks, right? And we recognize that this is a business inside of a business model that we wanted to replicate. And so 2 years ago, we started to do a landscape all over Philadelphia to see where can we set up a Graduate Philadelphia satellite office where there is an access point directly connected to a community, so that someone didn't have to come to Center City where our corporate office is, but they can receive education, workforce, and career services right where they live. And so we borrowed that model, and I am so excited that this is the flagship of a satellite model that we are hoping to replicate across the city of Philadelphia. And so to the young people that are in the room, sometimes, vision can start 5, 10, 20 years ago, and then it materializes over time. And I am so excited that Josh accepted our offer to be a partner here at our first satellite office. And lastly, just the theme of impact. When we think about impact, we know that this work is not going to transform this community overnight. We know that it may take a longitudinal study to see what are the real economic and transformative gains over time. How are we increasing home ownership? How are we increasing job placement and family sustaining wages? How are we helping people put money away so that we're moving folks from poverty to financial solvency to actually building wealth? And we recognize that those metrics are going to take time. But if you work with us, if you stay with us, I know that we can get this done. And I know that this is not just going to be another news story that was that had a life for one morning, but that this will be a news story that we can replicate this collective impact model across the city of Philadelphia. So again, thank you to Josh, thank you to Atif, thank you to the Graduate Philadelphia team. Please raise your hand because we couldn't have done this work without you.